One of the biggest questions I get asked all the time is, what's the difference between branding and marketing a restaurant? So in this quick video, I'm gonna dive in and talk to you about how to brand a restaurant, the things you should be thinking about, and what are the things to do to market the restaurant, and how those two play together. Hey, if you don't know me, my name's Court from Cody Media, and I help restaurant owners get butts in seats with digital marketing. So let's dive in with branding. Branding is a very big, very important concept and idea, and it should be one of the first things you do when you're starting your restaurant. A lot of people think branding's all about the colors or setting up a Facebook page or a website, but it is much, much, much deeper than that. Branding is all about who you are, who you want to be. What are your values? All right? What is your message? Okay? What do you want people to think about you? Okay, when they think about your restaurant, what do you want them to think about? All right. Then once you kind of establish those, and those are big, big things, and that's not something you could just sit down in an hour or two and hammer out. It's going to take some thought. But once you get this kind of nailed down, the next part of branding that a lot of people think about when they think of branding is where you think about, okay, now how can I build a logo that reflects that reflects my message? What colors do I need to use? Okay, things like that. What might be the name of my restaurant? Okay, do I have a tagline? Okay. Those things all fit under branding, and you can see it's the bigger picture, bigger scope of who you are as a restaurant. Now, here's the thing. You can set all this up. You can set your brand up and say, this is my message, this is my identity. But really, your customers, as you go, your customers are going to start helping define you, and you need to listen to what they're saying, because when you read reviews or when you talk to customers, they're gonna give you feedback on this, all right? And as you go, you may realize we need to tweak our messaging, or we may need to tweak, our logo or some things because it doesn't match with what people are thinking about us. And that's okay. But that's what branding is. It's all about who. Marketing is very different. This is my focus. I focus on marketing. Once the branding's been set, it is the what and the how, okay? How are we delivering this message? How are we getting the brand out into the world, and with what tools? All right, how are we delivering that message out to people? All right, so marketing, one of the first places you need is a website. Okay, you need a website, right, for your restaurant. It doesn't have to be complicated as long as it has the location, it has a menu. If you have online ordering, that's it. That's all you need to have. It doesn't have to be the super big, complex website. Your social media accounts. And this plays in with branding as well, because in branding, I bet you've talked about who are your ideal customers? Who do you want to come in? What's the kind of vibe? Are you going for families with, adults in their 30s and 40s and their young kids? Are you going for people in their 20s who are going out and kind of want like a nice kind of fun, swanky atmosphere? Do you want an older crowd? What is your crowd? Who are your people? That's going to depend on what social media you go to. If it's a younger crowd, you might look at having your social media be on Instagram. If you're maybe a little bit older crowd, you might think about Facebook instead of Instagram. So that does play a big role in what your brand is. All right. It also plays ideas into if you do any kind of videos or photos. Okay. If you do a photo shoot, okay, what do you want your photos? What do you want that to portray? Do you want it to be like if you have your food like on a nice white background where it looks just very clean and neat? Or do you want like maybe against like a wood background where it looks more kind of homey and natural, all right? What do you want that to portray? It tells a lot and says a lot about your restaurant. There's no one right or wrong answer, but again, that all comes from the branding, all right? And so this marketing is how we get the message out into the world. What we're doing to build a database, okay? Because in that database, when we're sending emails or text messages, all right, that needs to reflect that idea, that brand needs to come through in your emails, in your text messages of what you've established over here. Because if you have one personality here, it better match what's being put out into the world. And if there's a disconnect, it's going to turn people off. All right. So you've got to get clear on making sure that those both match. Now, again, branding is not my forte. It's not my specialty. I know people that are very good at branding. So if you're interested, send me a message. Happy to chat. But if you're looking at how to market, how to get your word out into the world so that people know about your restaurant and you can actually get butts in seats, would love to have a quick chat with you. I'll drop a link below to schedule a quick Zoom call where we can just chat about what you're doing to market your restaurant and how we might be able to help you do that, get people coming in more often, spend more money over time. So again, it's Court from Cody Media. If you like what you're seeing on this channel, consider subscribing and giving it a like. That'll help this channel grow. So hope you're having a wonderful day, everybody, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you.